Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers, elders and sisters. It's that time of year, isn't it? It's the 19th of December, and I'm sure everyone has got their trees up. Yeah, they've got their decorations up. Yeah, they've done all their shopping. Yes? No? Why not? Because we are Muslims. We are Muslims. That is why we don't celebrate Christmas. But jokes aside, let's focus on it. This is the question that we get asked a lot. People come up to you and say, what are you doing for Christmas? Why haven't you decorated your house? Or, for the young people, what presents did you get on Christmas Day? I get asked this every day. Even at work, I still get asked the same thing. And they know I'm a Muslim, I don't celebrate it. It's just a general conversation you have with co-workers, with peers, with colleagues, with friends, neighbors, etc., etc. But the important thing is we should know about the basis of Christmas, why it's celebrated, or should we say a little bit of history behind it, and how we can give the correct answer to someone who asks us why we don't celebrate it in a perfect way. I'll try my best, inshallah. So, firstly, most Christian factions, they celebrate Christmas in the 25th of December being the birth of Jesus, or ʿīsā alayhi salam, as we call him in Islam. The Bible doesn't particularly state a date. It doesn't say it's on that day. It could be this part of the time of the world. It was actually, some scholars say it was in the 6th or 7th of January. The Orthodox Christians, they celebrate it then. But this date was chosen by the scholars in around 3rd or 4th century AD. And they made this mainly to align with the existing pagan winter festivals and European winter festivals which happened around the time, because they said that we've got to look at this historical day, but we don't actually know the date. It wasn't noted down at all. But Christmas Day is a celebration that normally Christians will celebrate, because in Islam we don't celebrate it for the reason is that we don't share this same tradition. We don't share this same belief that we should be celebrating the birth of Jesus alayhi salam, Isa alayhi salam. And it's not a disrespect to say it. Some people say, you can't say that. This is our day. You have to follow it. You have to participate. You say respectfully, no. Yours to you is your religion, to me is my religion. And Islam honors Isa alayhi salam, Jesus, on higher levels than any other religion. I have to say that. And we all agree, yes? One thing the Christians and the Muslims we share in common is that we both believed of the miracle of Isa alayhi salam's birth. We believe he was born miraculously, chosen, pure, yes? And it's in the Quran, it says that Allah creates what He wills. The example of Jesus to Allah is like Adam. He said be and he was. That's something that we share. What we don't share is Isa alayhi salam's divinity. We don't believe that he is anything more than a prophet. He's not God, he's not part of a trinity or anything like that. That is what we believe as Muslims. And we also don't believe that Isa alayhi salam was killed or crucified. Yes? We're all on the same page? Allah protected him and He raised him up and replaced the body, they say, with a different body who looked like him, and he was killed in any way. We know what happened after that. In the Quran it says they did not kill him, nor did they crucify him. Rather, Allah has raised him to Himself. And what else do we believe? And this is something we share with the Christians again. We believe, and a lot of people, Christian people, they don't actually, they don't believe that we agree with the same thing, that Jesus or Isa alayhi salam will return to the earth again. He will come back. The second coming will come. But in Islam, when He comes back, it will be at the end of time, nearer to the day of judgment. May Allah save us from this time. Hopefully it doesn't come too close, and may Allah make us ready for this time. But He will not come as a God. He will not come with any new religion. He will come as a servant of Allah. And He will restore the true justice and the truth here on this earth. So our connection to Jesus is not distant. To Isa alayhi salam is not distant. He means a lot to us, and every day we read him in the Quran, read the name of Isa alayhi salam. But a quick reality check of the Christmas that we see today. So when you walk around the streets, maybe there's some churches are doing their traditional stuff as well, but it's not really what happened at the time of Isa alayhi salam. So, for example, things like Santa Claus or Christmas trees or the gift of giving presents, these things, they are nothing to do with Christianity and nothing to do with the birth of Jesus, alayhi salam. So these are all, shall we say, European folklore, pagan winter myths. It comes to something, there's a famous bishop called the Saint Nicholas. They kind of put one and two together, and time on time the things changed, and word goes to word. They rewrite different parts of the Bibles and rewrite a New Testament Bible, and they change things and so on. And the biggest thing is obviously the commercial branding of Christmas. But coming back to the topic of what do we do as Muslims when someone asks us about this, and how do we treat those who are celebrating it? Because it's important. It tells us a lot about this. So as Muslims, we are not missing out. So the young people here, listen, someone says, you're missing out. It's loads of fun, all the colors, all the beautiful food, all the dancing and the carols, whatever. You're not missing out anything. We're simply choosing not to copy these traditions of this certain religion. And we're not looking to, even say, okay, what if I just put up a tree? Does it mean I'm not a Christian? It's just nice, it looks good in the house. Trees look good, I agree. And all bright up and shiny, they look very beautiful. But the traditions behind this, the folklore and the pagan traditions, we have to steer away from, because one day we take one step, we say we're not believing. Another day we take another step, and then suddenly we're agreeing with it again. So there's a clear difference between participation and politeness. And Islam teaches us politeness, teaches us gracefulness, teaches us all about character. We don't have to join any religious worship, but we keep good manners to everyone. We are kind to our neighbors, we're respectful to our work colleagues, and we say things respectfully, and we are decent with even our own family members who may not be Muslim. We be polite to them. We don't go anywhere and say, look, you're wrong, what you're doing is wrong, or someone says, I hate your religion because of this, or you have to steer clear of this completely, especially with the young children today. You have to be very careful, because people are going to ask you this, and your life is very complicated nowadays. Back in the day there was no social media, not many TV channels, so you didn't have to see all the stuff happening all around the world. Now you see it every day on your phones, on your TVs if you have them, and you'd have to make sure that you are following the correct things. So Islam would teach us balance. So we have a strong belief without compromise. We don't compromise our religion, but we have good character and we are not arrogant. So we don't say this is wrong or that is wrong, because belief and the behavior that we have, if it lines up properly, Islam will speak the truth for itself. Yes? If we have good manners and good behavior and listen to others and polite to others, then we are showing good character and we are being good ambassadors of Islam. So if anyone asks you, what are you going to say? Why don't I celebrate? Because I am Muslim. But feel free to celebrate. If you want to do it, you do it. Not the Muslims, non-Muslims here. Don't say that to your Muslim neighbors. Yeah. So may Allah forgive me if I said anything wrong, and make sure we are all ready for the return of Isa alayhi salam, inshallah.